Stay right here. Hey y'all, come on in. We got to get in and get out with this one, okay? We got 30 minutes. But I'm sure we can get it all accomplished in 30 minutes. As you can hear, I got the Bobsey twins, Justin and Jaren over here. So they're going to be making insurmountable amounts of noise, I'm sure. There you go. Yep, you're getting started. Who is on here? Hi, Naraya. Hi, Gabby. How you doing? It's been so long. So you know my check-in question. How y'all doing? Are y'all edges flourishing? I know Naraya edges flourishing because she's got her hair done yesterday. This is a good topic. Yes, honey, because the people, they don't know. They don't know who their friends are, and they don't know that they're the toxic friend. Child, I swear. Hi, Macy. You say hi to Macy? You say hi, Macy?
Hi, Macy.
That's Ian's mommy.
Ian's mommy?
Yeah.
A cup.
I don't know what that means, Jerry.
A cup.
I've been doing okay. I can't complain. That's good. You can't complain. Child. I can complain. Let me stop complaining. My edges are snatched up. I bet they are tail. Yo. She braid hair like she weighed 350.
Let's talk about it.
It's ridiculous.
Let's talk about it.
Okay, excuse me, sis. I'm having the conversation. Thank you. Why is she making that face? I don't ever know.
My head is...
Hi, Latane. How you doing? Girl, it's been what? Since we was in high school since I seen you? That was a long time ago. Hi, Tony. How are you? Okay, so now that we checking in. So this week's topic, as you can see, this is the friends conversation part 2. So last time we talked about friends, we talked about what we look for in a friend, what's important in a friend, and we talked about the difference between friends and associates because a lot of y'all out here don't know that y'all got a camp of associates and not friends. So who is So this week, thank you. Okay, put your head on and leave it. So this week, we talking about toxic friends. And we not even just gonna blame people for being toxic. We gonna blame ourselves for our toxic behavior that contributed to toxic relationships, okay? So, good, and yes, I haven't seen you in years. All is well. These two buddies of mine be trying to wear me out, but I'm the boss down, so
What's up, Mommy? I
you know how that go. Okay, please be quiet. So I'll start with me. So my toxic behavior that I just got delivered from. I be like, one and done, sis. You get on my nerves, I leave the group chat, I delete your number, you be blocked. That was my thing, honey. Because I don't do well. See, my thing is, like, I don't do well with arguments because, like, I'm that type of person, like, I get so mad that I just want to hit something. So then when it comes to the fact that I got to talk to the person I'm mad with, like, I don't be coming up with all the good stuff to say until after the fact. And then I'd be like, now we got to argue again because I didn't say what I needed to say. So, like, that was my toxic behavior. I was that friend where we would get in an argument or we would get into it and and I would be, if it was a group chat, I would be leaving the group chat. If it was just a singular conversation, I was deleting your number and you might get blocked depending on discrepancy or the occurrence, but the Lord delivers, and we thank Him for it. I had to learn that, like,
Mommy, I want some.
well, one thing is one thing. Just like we spoke about. Please go away. Go away. Take your drink and go. See you later. Like we talked about last time, there's obviously a difference between friends and associates, and then there's always boundaries that we need to pay attention to, and how we deal with boundaries is important. So depending on why I got into it with a person, that might still be warranted, but I had to grow up to figure out, like, that's not warranted every single time I get into an argument with somebody. Because sometimes it's just your real friend telling you about yourself because don't nobody else want to tell you about yourself, and you should just accept that and move on. I know that now. But y'all let me know toxic behavior y'all see, y'all trying to get out of, that you already got out of, girl, because we delivered, and we tell our testimonies around here, honey. Hi, Cassandra. And my t-shirt, you guys like it? My boo cat has a t-shirt line. I'm gonna tag her in the comments. This is her shirt. She made it. It says forgiven. But she has a t-shirt line, and she makes shirts. So like a lot of any funky designs or whatever I do with my shirts, she made it. And as y'all see, I straightened my hair without Taya's help, so I felt like a whole adult. But now that I've straightened my hair, like, it's caught Justin's eye in a way that I am not really happy about. So she's pulling my hair. But I did good, right? I straightened it. And then it rained, so, you know, that's a struggle too. But the Lord is still blessing. Okay, let's see what the comments say. I gave 1,000%. I give 1,000% more than I get. I need to work on balance. Yes, because, and see, you just brought something up. Because that's not something that people would think as toxic behavior, but it is, because anything that does harm to you or does harm to others is toxic. So if it's doing harm to you, that's still toxic too. One-sided friendships. And not to say that they're not your friend. It's just one thing that I stand on. I feel like there are levels to friendship. Now, don't shoot me for saying it. Look, there are some friends, you know, that they may not be on the same level with you, so they can't accomplish or bring to the table what you can bring to the table. And it's not your job to bring them up, but the friendship in its, you know, beauty, for lack of better words, it should, like, the cycle should continue to be like leveling each other up. But when it's consistently just you doing all the pouring and doing all of the grinding to make it a thing, honey, that was a good one, Macy. Yeah, that was my problem a lot too. Like, I was the garbage can friend because I ain't talk to nobody. So if you told me something, child, it's going to my grave. To this day, it's still going to my grave because, for one, I forgot it. For two, I would keep my mouth shut, honey. So I was the garbage can friend because I felt like that was my lot in the friendship. Like, people needed somebody to vent to, and I was a good listener. So I was like, okay, well, that's just my role in the friendship. But it's hard to take on all of that stuff from people because you kind of feel some of that too. Like, I used to find myself like being mad with the people that my friends was mad with, but honey, I ain't know them from a box of rocks. And I had to learn that, like, okay, if you're gonna allow people to vent to you, you have to disconnect yourself from it. You have to be empathetic but not sympathetic. So you can't just be like, oh, let's cry together. It's more like, oh, I feel you. I feel like you're upset. These are things we can do in the future so this does not happen anymore. But I had to grow up and not be like, oh, we going to his house and we burning everything down, because every situation is two-sided, honey. Because if I stab old boy and then he does something responsibly stabbing him, and I go tell my friend, like, you know, my mom did A, B, C, D, and F, and then I'm mad because, like, no, he did not, but kind of find out homeboy in the hospital because I stabbed him first, because your friend stabbed him first. That's a whole nother conversation. You got to get the whole story, honey, because you got to, there's people out here, people that you have known for your whole life, they ain't always who you think they are. And I used to go 10 toes down for people. Granted, anybody that I consider a friend or have a relationship with, I ain't gonna let you talk about it. Not in front of me, honey. But I have learned that being, you know, the defender of souls, or the, you know, Captain Save-A-Ho, that's not the ministry I need to be in, because these chicks out here be awesome. On something else. Okay? Alright, so Macy shared, it says we got a lot of people in here watching, so y'all share what y'all think, or y'all toxic experience. And I'm tagging Kathleen, or trying to, if y'all are interested in this shirt, or if you want her to make a shirt that you already have planned out. It won't let me tag her, but I'll put her name down. Hi, Mom. Since you joined us, I'm sure you have an opinion on some toxic behavior. My delivery isn't the best. I just say stuff sometimes, and however it comes out, it comes out. See, that's not even, I mean, that's not even, in my opinion, that's not that bad, because, you know, sometimes the truth got to be the truth, you know? Now, there might be some people that's sensitive, so then in that instance, I guess it's not the best. But the truth is the truth, and it cut. I get on my husband all the time, because he just tell you the truth, and that's it. He don't care what he said. He don't care how you said it. He just said it. Your mouth be on the floor, but he done said what he had to say, and you knew. What my niece is doing. You can't hear them in the background. They're crawling and walking back and forth, making noise, so that I'll turn to see what they're doing. And then I turn around and they're just smiling. Because every time I go live or start recording, they got to be a party in here. It was quiet until I put this camera in my holster. Okay. Not you sending for puppetries. Well, she came in here, so I already know she got something to say. 'Cause she be seeing it. They are always the victim, but they are also the ones who start other drama. You know what? That's that. I don't like that word, victim, because I feel like it's, my opinion on it is extreme. But like, I feel like a victim is something like, if you were murdered, you're a victim. But if you got the ability to talk and speak for yourself and grow and heal, I don't call you a victim. I'll either refer to you as a survivor, or, you know, somebody who there's a lesson learned. I ain't nobody victim. You ain't either. I don't know. I don't like the word. I tend to shut down instead of communicating. That's true. Yes, it is. Yeah. I used to do that too. I would just be like, and I would stop talking, or I would like ignore people dead in their face, like if somebody pissed me off and then they continue to talk to me, I just would stop talking and like dare you to be mad that I stopped talking. Child, I was toxic. Okay, my friends are sensitive, got it. Yes, a lot of people are sensitive, and it be the ones who seem the hardest that be the most sensitive. Like, they can hit you with a hard delivery, but if you come back with that same energy, they be ready to cry, honey. And I be like, but where was that energy when you try to make me cry? I don't know. I feel like once a person is noticed as toxic, they should be immediately removed from your life, because when you stay around them, then you become toxic. You know what? That's true. That's true. Because one thing is for sure, and two things is for certain. I am not Bob the Builder, and I'm not Mr. Fix-It. So if you out here acting like that, honey, you got to go, because then I pick up toxic behavior. So just like Macy was saying earlier, because then you putting 1,000% into the situation and they just being wild and toxic. So then now you hurting yourself just to stay in relationship with somebody who don't mean you no good anyway. Because honestly, and granted, not everybody toxic means bad. Sometimes people are toxic because they don't know no better, or they're broken themselves. You know, hurt people, be out here hurting people. You bleed on everybody. But yeah, honey, because sometimes you gotta go, because even in me, you know, getting my certifications and everything, there are some things you have to know not to touch. Like, some stuff you got to just pray about and keep it trucking, honey, because only God can do it. And if he don't do it, it's not going to get done. So, period. Yep, that's what I do now. What you do now? What you talking about? Taya? Do what? All right, come here, little girl. Then I got in my hats. Girl, you wasn't thinking about your daddy till he walked out. Ricky just left, so now they acting like the world's over. He been in the room with them for the last hour. They haven't said a word to him, haven't looked at him. Daddy. You being fake. Daddy. We don't do fake behavior around here, honey. Daddy. Your daddy, he went to church. Okay? We go to Momo house party. She calls my sister Momo. And every time she go to Momo house, it's Momo's house party. So whenever I say Momo, she be like, Momo house party? We going to Momo house party? So my sister better have something fun to do. See, I was the friend who go to bat for everybody, but I had to learn the hard way. I learned everybody who smiles in your face is not your friend. You just spoke a word, and I'm about to pass the offering plate. Because I feel like a lot of the time, that be the most toxic behavior of all that most people exhibit. Because like I said earlier, like, I used to go to bat for folks and then kind of find out they did the grimy stuff that people was saying that they did. So then I'm over here looking stupid because I done defended you, done threatened to kill everybody. Kind of find out you did what they said you did. And then on top of that, now that we don't find out that you did what they said you did, now you mad at me and try to act like I'm the problem because I got in the mix. Now, first of all, I ain't trying to be funny, but I'm big dog. So you don't call in big dog unless it's a situation, okay? Because I ain't got good right sense. Well, I do now because Jesus fixed it. But I was not that friend that you called unless it was a whole situation, because we like to turn the place out. We was gonna make it sick in there, okay? So I wasn't the friend that you called unless it was real. So then the audacity of you to call me like it's a real situation when you was the one who caused the mess, honey. It's the audacity for me. I'm telling you, audacity been on sale since COVID hit the earth. Yes. We in a panoramic, and these people out here buying audacity. I can't. You for real? You just needed to come up here and get my drink? Okay. Amen, boo. Hey, Karima, how are you? Oh my goodness. Oh yes, y'all talking good today, honey. This is a good talk. We might have to have a part 3. I don't know. Because y'all be talking good and then y'all bring up topics in my mind that connect. That's how we ended up on part 2. Because I don't know how we got into toxic stuff on the first one. But I was like, that's not what we came here to do today. So I was like, we're going to have a part 2. See, y'all keep talking like this. We're going to end up with a part 3 at this point. But I was like, child. But Cassandra done spoke a word. Because that done got me worked up. Okay, you just want the straw? I'm good girl, busy mama, if you know what I mean. I sure do. You see, I'm juggling both of them. I'm holding one's hand, the other one's sitting on my lap. Because that's the only way I'm going to get anything done here. Yes, part 3. See? Keep it to yourself, boo. Yes. You know what? That is a lot of things, like, well, one, you need to know your friends. That's why I say it's levels of friendship. So, like, until I grew up, I was that friend. You did not call me with no issue unless y'all was trying to set a fire, because I was going to set the fire and then y'all was going to have to do all the damage control, because I was going to come in and do damage. So I was that friend, and people that was friends with me knew that about me and knew that they shouldn't, that's not something that they can do. So I know that about my friends. I mean, I don't really, at this point, we all grown and got kids, and we tired now. But I know which friends to say certain things to. I know which friends that if I say something like that to, it'll trigger something that they're trying to heal from, and I won't mention it. So there's a lot of stuff that you just got to keep to yourself. But that's stuff that's something you have to learn about yourself as a person, because some people just have word vomit. But that's a whole nother conversation too. Some people have word vomit. Some people can't read a room. And some people don't really know their friends, which, again, you got a camp of associates. And associates is not always, when I say that, associates is not always like a bad thing. It could just be you don't really know these people that you're calling friends, so you can't call them friends. If you don't know me and know how to deal with me and know how our relationship works, I'm just an associate to you no matter how many times you call me friend. So if you don't make the effort to know me or make the effort to understand my life circumstances, and you don't know like what things not to say to me, what things to say to me, what things we should be conversing about, then we just associates, and that's okay, because knowing people is a lot of work. But when you make a choice to know people, those is your people. That's your camp. Yes, you speaking. See, I be trying. I just, honestly, it's still to this day, it be blowing my mind that people be wanting to hear me talk. Because, well, one, I ain't started talking till I was 20. People probably thought I was autistic. But, yeah, these are things that I've experienced. These are things that I've had to learn from. And I learned in the last couple of years that, like, your testimony is healing for other people. So I don't speak on anything I don't know about. And I think that's important for anyone who is trying to influence people or help people heal or help people reach wholeness, that you don't touch on stuff that you don't know nothing about. Granted, you don't have to have the same life experience as somebody to speak on something, but you got to know something. You got to have experienced something. But I appreciate all of y'all for wanting to hear me and listening to me talk, and I appreciate how I've been able to help y'all, and I'm helping myself, helping y'all, honey. So we all out here just gonna be whole and cute. I just say we cool, LOL. See, yes, and that's the adult way to go about it. I feel like the word friend for people is so like explosive, and I mean that in the sense like, if you don't feel like somebody's your friend, but they feel like they're your friend, and then you say we're not really friends, people automatically get like worked up. And being associates is okay, because there's a bunch of people that I can hang out with, go to a party with, have full-blown conversations with, but they don't mean what my friends mean to me, and that's okay. But people should be okay with that, because again, you shouldn't have 1,000 friends. That's impossible to keep up with. You can't have dynamic relationship with 1,000 people. It's just not, it's not possible. And each friendship with each person is different. I said this before about my kids. Like, I have to parent my kids differently because they have different personalities. They have different needs of me. I can't go to Jaren and be like, put that toy down, and then go to Jackson and say the same thing, because one of them is gonna cry. So you had to learn people. You gotta learn how to speak to people. You gotta learn what to say, what not to say, all that. I ain't got time to do that for more than 5 people, honey. I'm not gonna lie to you. I ain't got the time. But that's my business. I don't know. Lord forgive me, you like me, and I started speaking up too. Yes, honey, because ain't nobody, you know, being quiet for me was simply because I didn't like people, and I was just like, I don't want to have to tell them that I don't like them, so I'm just going to be quiet, because then they'll never have to ask me, and I won't have to hurt anybody's feelings by saying it. But I started going through some stuff like in adult life, and then I was just like, at some point, being quiet is selfish, because there was people who chose not to be quiet to help me out. So how dare I sit and be quiet when I know that I can help somebody else? Granted, I still be like ready to crawl into my shell and hide, but I push through every day because these things have to be said. They just have to be said. Somebody, for some reason, ain't nobody saying it. I don't know. Maybe they are, and I just don't know them, because I don't know. I'm only a part of one corner of the world, so maybe that's what it is. Okay, Justin, so they voted on a part 3. So I'm thinking part 3. So I'm thinking part 3 is we're gonna learn the levels of friendship, and then we're gonna learn how, one, we're gonna learn what they are, how they work, how we can operate in them. So that's twofold: how they work and how we can operate. And then we're gonna learn why it's important to have levels of friends, because everybody can't be your best friend. Jackson don't respect me, Karima. I'm gonna be honest with you, but that's why I be having time limits on these lives, because she be doing me dusty, honey, dusty. All right, so yeah, next time, part 3, we're gonna be talking about levels of friends. So that's what the levels are, how we operate in them, and why they're important. Because it's important, because like I said, you cannot have 1,000 best friends. It's one. It's one. But that's my thing. I just heard part 3, 4, and maybe 5. Macy. I don't know, probably. It depends, because y'all be sparking thoughts. Listen, Gigi said you gonna get pow pow. Cutting up. Oh, now you wanna hug me?
I got it.
All right, y'all have a good night and have a good week. We will see y'all on Thursday for Self-Care Thursday, and we'll be back probably Tuesday or Wednesday for part 3. See y'all later.